if the White Sox lose the division, I'll be the biggest mouth in this town.
So many fake tough guys. I'm tough. Let me be a tough guy, knock out a couple guys in spring training. I got married. The world is upside down. The number one bachelor in Chicago got married.
You know why the White Sox fans love me? Because I give my heart.
Oh, wow. That just got emotional.
Wow.
This could be the best episode of Being Guillén ever.
Welcome back to Being Guillén. We got the legend, Ozzie Guillén, here in red, and we got my man, the little legend, One Guillén, rocking obviously his allegiance to the Atlanta Braves. But here in Chicago and in Being Guillén, it's a special one. It's November 2nd, 2016. I don't care who cares about this, but probably one of the most important days in baseball history. If you love them or hate them, the Chicago Cubs are crowned World Series champions. I think in my lifetime, probably one of the biggest games and moments I've experienced as a baseball fan, not in the stadium, just as an actual fan watching and enjoying history being made, because it's the only time that's ever happened in 120 plus years.
I was in Wrigley watching the playoffs, and then I was obviously out watching the Cubs do this, and it was electric. It was very, very electric. Probably top three things I've ever seen and got to experience. I didn't really have a dog in the fight. I didn't care if the Cubs lost. I didn't care if they win, but I wanted to be around it just so I can say I was here when this happened. And I remember going to my friends, texting, saying, hey, let's go to, the Cubs are playing the Indians. Let's do this. Let's go to the bar. Let's have a good time. And it was great for the city of Chicago.
Well, I think it was awesome. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot of people thought I don't want them to win. I don't know why. They seriously, like, hey, they win, they win. They lost. I'm not going to make any better person or better guy or worse. But I think I was very happy for Joe Madden. I was in ESPN working, and the Cubs that was down to Cleveland 3 games. And I talked to the ESPN people, Cubs will win the World Series.
They were down 3-1?
3-1. Then all of a sudden, they look at me like I was the biggest idiot ever having Mike.
I think I would have been like, they're coming back 3-1. I would have thought this.
Well, it's only 2 people I remember saying that, because they tried
You
to
and
say...
Kevin Millar?
No.
Was it the Red Sox?
This is the best. They tried to project how dumb I was. I say, look at all 98% of people saying that the Cleveland Indians want to win, and only 2 people. It was Alex Rodriguez and Ozzie Guillén. And people really, I was really...
So I have a question. So why did you think they were going to come back? What was that feeling?
Because the starting pitcher they're going to face. Right. They have the starting pitcher, the Cleveland Indians going to face, and Cleveland Indians don't have enough pitching in that particular moment. And I think that's the reason I thought they're going to get what they're going to get. Even it was very risky, but I had a great feeling, because I always say pitching win games, and the Cubs got a great pitching in that particular moment. I was smoking a little cigar.
Game 7, though, and it's funny because the game's going on. I told Sarah, she's like, how long is this game going to take?
Rain delay.
No, this is early.
Oh,
I said, I will be up in less than an hour than 2 hours. Because I thought that Hendricks in the first couple innings, I said, they're not going to hit him. Game over. This is done. Ride him to the sunset. Like Joe this is like sit back and Joe Torre it. And then you got Chapman. I said, this is over. And all of a sudden, I see the bullpen getting up. And I said, oh, do you think you're going to decoy Francona? What are you doing, Joe? And then he brings him in. And then this thing starts unraveling. Grandpa Rossi gets hit. The guy scores. And for a split second, I said, is this curse thing for real? I literally started believing it in that moment. But the moment that the rain delay happens, I'm texting people, what is Joe doing? The sound, though, I've never experienced anything like this. I wasn't in Chicago. No, I wasn't in Chicago when we clinched. The Blackhawks was close, but not as big as this. The noise of the last out. And I'm in Bucktown. I'm in like Humboldt Park area.
Not that far from
but not that close either.
Right.
The noise that the made when the last out was made, of like the roar, and then stepping outside, I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Would you say that obviously after the Bears winning a title, because that would burn Chicago down. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Would you say that would be... No, that's just a fact. This is not going to happen anytime soon. Would you think that would be the biggest championship in Chicago history?
I think
Cubs,
so.
Absolutely.
I mean, as far as obviously everyone knows that the Cubs have a lot more fans than the Sox.
The Sox made a mistake, so no one knew that it had been 88 years for the White Sox.
Really?
I don't think, not in the media. Like,
I know,
the Cubs doubled down. I'll go get him next year. The win, like, with all I think the Red Sox and the Cubs, everyone knew that they had long streaks. Like, no one knows right now that Seattle's ever won.
Well, I mean,
San Diego never won.
San Diego's never won. Like, no one's betting, like, on saying, like, this is, like, the darling teams.
I've never seen that many people gathered in one place.
So I never seen the Bulls.
It was cold.
So the Bulls one I saw on TV, because I wasn't old enough to, like, my parents didn't take me. I wasn't old enough, so I can't compare. But I was sitting in a building. God, what building was I at? I was like, I could see the whole parade, and I can see Grant Park, wherever they had, like, I could see the park.
Grant Park.
And then I could see the floats.
The blue.
The blue, and but I'm saying even the people in the buildings, like, everyone was rushing. Again, I wasn't wearing blue, but everyone was happy, but the city of Chicago was booming. And for that moment, you know, I know White Sox fans were, like, sad. I don't know why. You appreciate that you got to live one in your lifetime. Like, I know what those players are going through. Take a lot of pictures, and I was enjoying it. I was like, look at him, like, this is really, really cool.
I don't enjoy it when we win the World Series. I did it.
I did.
Well, I thought it was my job. I don't take it. Now I feel like, man, I could enjoy it a little bit more or better.
I don't care what people say. If you win a ring, it worked. If you win one ring, it worked. They haven't been repeat champions since the Yankees in the early 2000s. The Oakland A's of the 70s. It is hard to win a World Series. They went to 3 NLCSs, and I guarantee you, any team right now in MLB will sign up for a World Series and 3 NLCSs.
I might give away some years of my life.
Exactly.
Yes, he does.
On that note, that's how we're going to end it on the Cubs winning the World Series. Coming up on Being Guillén.
No, this is funny. Kenny had to leave. Okay, me and Jerry, we said, let's go to eat. We go to eat, and Jerry go, you don't look too excited. You know it's not an easy job. You know it's not a fun job. You just, thank you.
It's a big responsibility.
This is all we needed.
Oh, let's go! We're taking the W and bringing it home. Trust me!
Let's go meet the family.
Tenemos un invitado fuera de este mundo.
De los Tampa Bay Rays, mi compadre Randy Arozarena. Un aplauso para
El día de hoy lo ha hecho como jugador, lo ha super hecho como manager.
Ese Carlos Gómez es muy bueno para los trompos. Y ándale, ándale. No más pregunta la Mackey.
¡Pero ¡ay! ¡La sacó la tequila!
I'm Julie Alexandria.
And I'm Jennifer Mercedes.
Between the two of us, we have over 2 decades of experience working in professional sports.
We're telling the stories of women who are at the top of their game in sports and business.
Whoever you are and however you come to the party, that is not only okay, but it's needed in the space. So if you want to come in here and I want to wear my hoop earrings and my red lipstick, guess what? I can still talk ball.
Welcome
to the locker room.
Welcome back to Being Guillén. Ozzie Guillén, last week we talked about, thank you, Ibis. She gets Ozzie to the interview. But there's a lot of times that we've never really talked about this, and this is why in Being Guillén, we talk about things for the first time. We've never actually talked about what the process was like for JR, if even Jerry was even a part of it, and Kenny, and obviously the front office.
He got hired in November, but I'm not sure.
What's the process like? So, okay, so you land, so you get to Chicago. Obviously, they send you a town car. You didn't drive yourself to the.
No, I went to Chicago. They told me, like, come here like this.
Oh, like hi.
Well, here's the part that's hard. No, I'm saying, here's the part that's hard.
Social media, that would never happen now.
Now
they would be like,
no, but they
here.
can call. But I'm saying though, with you, like if somebody random showed up in Chicago, they wouldn't put 2 and 2 together. But if like Ozzie Guillén is in town, you don't live here at the time, people can put 2 and 2 together.
What's he doing here in November?
You know how many people walk through that.
A lot of people are coming from Florida up to Chicago in November.
Well, anyway, I go down there and they told me to make sure don't talk to anybody, make sure nobody see me, whatever. I walk and I went to Naperville. I don't remember the restaurant. I went there to talk to Kenny, and we sit down.
So did you know that
Evie stayed back in the hotel?
So, yeah, okay. No, Evie stayed in Miami.
Oh, Evie let you go on your own. So
right for the interview.
So did you know, okay, prior to you sitting with Kenny, had you talked to like Jack, Jeff Torborg, like about like the interview process?
No,
like when you guys were doing like your mentoring,
I don't talk
was
to-
there like a
was your
sit
first
down?
interview?
No, I don't talk to anyone, but that's one of my first interview ever. It was like, I wasn't, be honest, I even was nervous. I'm like, okay, you know what?
Well, you've known
I got
Kenny
a-
your
I
whole
got-
life.
Yeah, I got a great job in Miami. I live in Miami, right on the beach. I go there, coach. I got a great time with the players. Players love me. I love them back. Awesome time. And I went like, when I come down, like, oh my God, I got to talk to, I got to talk to Kenny. I know Kenny for 30 years. We land there and we talk about it. And first it would come out of my mouth, just being Ozzy. Now I'm too old for this, I said, well, if you're going to interview him for real, let me know. Don't waste my time and don't waste your time.
What did Kenny say? I bet I can guess.
Kenny go, there we go. We even started a conversation. We're going to start with that.
But I
said, no. I said, because I know the process. I know before I know the soon Jack going, I'm going to be Miami's manager. That's why I want to take.
But I'm going to be honest with you though. And this is something that maybe you don't agree with. Talking to Kenny is like if I got interviewed by one of my roommates from college for a position.
Yes. But and it's true. Then we start talking about baseball. You can ask me right now what we talk about. I don't remember.
I guarantee you knew nothing about the White Sox.
No, I don't. I even know who there was.
Yeah,
I didn't know anything.
I don't know who's on the team.
By the way, we just talk about baseball. Nothing about the ball club with this guy. What you going to do?
Well,
with
I'm
this.
saying, so did Kenny ask you a lot of questions about like what's happening in the Marlins? Like how did that happen?
Yeah. It's like me. Obviously, Kenny know I was a great baseball man. That's well my point. But I remember. Conversation was over. I gotta go back to Miami because go have the parade.
Do you remember what did you eat? Did you eat or you too nervous?
I don't remember. Be honest with you, I don't remember. We just sit there and talking and.
How long? It lasted like a couple hours, probably.
Yeah, a couple hours. Yeah, we talk a lot.
I can't believe you don't remember the restaurant. Like I know you guys.
I know it was a Naperville.
Well, if
Kenny not gonna eat in Dennis.
No. Then Kenny picked a nice restaurant. Of course.
So you go back. So you go back to the parade.
This is the best. I'm driving. No, I'm driving. They take me back to the airport. The Bulls played that night. And Kenny said, where you at? I said, I'm here at the airport. I said, can you come back, stay here? Jerry want to talk to you. And I go, no. Tomorrow is a parade. What? I said, the parade's more important than, that's it. My only parade I'm going to have. I say, well, let me talk to Jerry. I was sitting in the airport calling Eves. I said, I got to come back talk to Jerry. Jerry said, okay, go to the parade. Come back.
Jerry's so nice.
But, okay, no, because they know what's in there. Then I come back.
He's like, you better stay here or else.
No, all of a sudden, I'm going, the parade, we have fun. We got a little crazy. Then Jerry called me back. Say, Kenny called me back. No, the secretary, Nancy. Nancy put everything together. You come in. Okay, now I had to meet with both. Where it was? I know it was in a hotel around the airport. The Hyatt, I think it was.
Around O'Hare.
Right in O'Hara. Then all of a sudden, we're talking. McKinney had to go to a wedding in Atlanta. I remember very clear. And, they asked me questions. And Jerry said, well, you know what? Don't say anything, but you're going to be the new White Sox manager.
What was your feeling when?
I ain't even saying it. I was shocked, like, huh? Like, really?
He said, I'm back.
No, he said, you're going to be.
Like Jordan.
No, they said, please don't say anything to no one. You're going to be the next White Sox manager. And I just like, thank you. Then all of a sudden, no, this is funny. Kenny had to leave. Okay, me and Jerry, you say, let's go to eat. We go to eat. And Jerry go, you don't look too excited.
He goes, this is actually the look of shock.
I said, look excited. I win the lottery? No. Do you know it's not an easy job? Do you know it's not a fun job? You just, thank you.
It's a big responsibility.
Yeah, thank you.
I just think that
you just give me that responsibility.
I'm just saying though, like two things would have happened. Ozzy now, you probably would have cried.
When?
If Ozzy Senior, older.
I cry for everything.
And I'm just saying though, like Ozzy cries all the time. Like Adela and also have made Ozzy very soft.
Very.
But I'm saying in the sense of like feelings. If Jerry right now say like if you go back in time and Jerry said you would have been like crying like I've been waiting for this moment my whole life.
I was thinking about another day
because you love the jersey.
Yeah, they say the day they retire my number. I was thinking, what I gonna say? And I start crying in the car.
Yeah.
Thinking about what the hell I want to say.
You know what? Though, that particular moment, obviously you call Ibis. It really.
No, by the way, no. I called my wife. Say I got the job. You know, she's like, okay, good, I went back to Miami because the parade it was in Disney, and I was invited by.
Well, by the way, wait, time out. The team didn't have a parade in Disney. You went with Ivan Rodriguez.
No, that's what I say.
As a
I was invited by Ivan Rodriguez
No lines.
to go to Disney, and we play golf by themselves. You know, I was like, oh my goodness.
But no one was supposed to know though. Like
nobody know. All of a sudden, we're sitting there, and Punch is still asking me like, "Did you get the job?" No, I don't know yet. No.
So you're lying to Punch.
I had to lie to everyone.
No one went to
it's like, you know what? I want to say, yes, get a bottle of champagne. Let's enjoy it. We come back from Disney, and Punch and his wife find out I was the manager. And he got mad at me. Wow, why you not tell me anything? I said, bro, they told me to don't say anything to anybody. Why you think I'm going to talk to people about it? I said, well, you know what I mean? I was really, you know, I was more excited because I was the first manager from Venezuela, first guy ever managed from Venezuela. And I told my wife earlier, say, in no hurry, Pedrico's be the first guy.
Alfredo's going to be
and
there.
I did. He was the second guy. Okay. Do you remember they hired me and we driving, you had to be meeting
UIC.
College, somebody in college.
UIC.
And we driving for a higher race. And I was flying, but
we had a police escort.
I wasn't speeding. All of a sudden, they pulled me over. And as soon as they pulled me over, they see me go, hey, welcome to the city. Where you going? I said, I gotta drop my kids to school because they got a meeting with the college. I got 2 escort cars just driving to downtown like 120 miles per hour. Like,
our lives literally changed because of that moment. Obviously, we were young. We're 35 now. It wouldn't be like that.
I love the fact that you literally just got to break
you guys
down
love
your
it so
story.
much. I told my wife, I said, listen, you got 24 hours to move your kids out of my house. You got 24 hours.
Oh, we need another.
To find an apartment. I had 24 hours. You can find something they can live. They're not living in my house no more. I'm tired of this bull crap.
So we lived
24 hours is out of the house.
We lived. We had a dorm, but we also lived with my dad in 04, as far as in the same condo. Freshman kids in college. Ozzy's a sophomore. I'll leave it up to your imagination. They were not very happy with things that were going on in the house. So, but we ended up getting an apartment that I still live in to this day.
Coming up on Being Guillén.
I just say a lot of times, I love Jerry more than I love my own father. My own father gave me a headache. Jerry made me rich.
Believe it or not, I'm hungry.
That's the Dominican Fat Joe.
You know, a good man, when he does something for somebody that can't do nothing for him.
Gloria Estefan.
No, it's possible.
¿Por qué será que a las muchachas les encanta tanto? Uno le gusta largo, uno le gusta corto. Rápido, porque ya nos vamos.
¿Por qué será? ¿Por qué será? ¿Será que
Welcome back to Being Guillén. It is a segment, Friends of the Family, and today we have a friend that is a Chicago legend, the guy who has the most rings in the city of Chicago. I don't care how you want to call him. JR, the boss, Mr. Jerry Reinsdorf, probably the longest tenured boss you've ever had other than Ibis.
That's a real boss. You know, that one is a real boss. Now, you know what, this guy, man, he's one we have. I think we owe him a lot. Well, I owe him a lot because everything I did, I worked for. I put all my everything for that ball club, for that organization, but he's hired me. He just trained me as a player and give me the first opportunity to managing the team. I love the organization. I love all my life. You know, Jerry, I think I just say a lot of times, I love Jerry more than I love my own father. My own father gave me a headache. Jerry made me rich. That's for real. My father, like, Jerry called me, I pick it up. Oh, hello, hey, what's up?
He said he's not gonna ask for money.
When my dad called me, go, oh God, What the hell? NTA machine. Get the heck, but Jerry, man, he gave me the opportunity, give me the confidence, and give me the shot. I know Jerry know every time I take the field, I was 100% no matter what. It's all about by winning. But Jerry, man, the long we live in Chicago, the long we are there, even to this time, is the guy always tried to help me and my family. Obviously, I got mad at Jerry a few times because when I was a player, they don't sign me. Then they signed some guy Caruso. Then they with the stuff with the Miami, I want to stay here, and obviously don't work. I was a little upset with him. Sad, more sad than upset. But Jerry is meant to me, and you might not love that many people in baseball, maybe zero. She don't love no one in baseball, maybe a couple ball players, but she had a lot of respect for Jerry, a lot of love for Jerry. Sometimes when I talk about Jerry, like, F Jerry, look at what he did. She always remind me, say, hey, you know who's Jerry Dreiser? It's in your heart, it's in your brain. Don't be talking about Jerry because you're upset about something. And the respect we have for him, the love we have for him. By the way, when you got married, I never expect Jerry being your wedding.
So one of the most special moments, I think, because obviously that wasn't, you hadn't just not won the World Series. You had been gone from the team for a while. And I had always kept in touch with Jerry, and I really wanted him to be at my wedding. And I said, I'm going to invite him. If he can make it, he can make it. Because, so there's a lot of people that, everyone always thinks about, obviously, players that have influenced you and people that have influenced you. And for good or for bad, Jerry, I think, for me as a person, as a man, has influenced me because I learned a lot from Jerry from a business standpoint on how to make decisions, hard decisions, and how to separate friendship to business. And a lot of people... there's only a few subjects in the city of Chicago that can me off, and I'll go into Twitter rants and I'll fight back. And one of those is the Jerry comments.
Yeah.
Jerry's this, Jerry's that. I just don't put up with that because I've been around him, and probably one of the most funniest, greatest baseball minds. And I've been lucky enough to be part of a couple of his friends' dinners.
Great baseball historian, loves getting trivia questions at dinner. He's a joke. He'd always joking. He'd always tell me, "What do you got? Like, what? Quiz me." Great baseball historian, avid cigar smoker. Obviously, his collection is outstanding. And Chicago has to be very, very grateful that any way you look at it, the guy's won 7 times. Literally, what everybody wants to do. But what I respect most about Jerry is that. I think everyone got spoiled as far as, because I've seen how it works with other teams. I love the fact that he's not a hands-on guy. He lets guys do their work as far as, you're the manager, do what you're going to do. GM, do what you're going to do. You never see him in the clubhouse.
When Jerry's around the cage, somebody come in town. He's not there just because they want to see his team hit. When Tony La Russa's coming, I want to say hi to somebody. He's always coming, say hi to people, leave. And I don't know, we have enough time. I remember when I was hired by the Marlins, they say, what's the difference? I got in trouble. But what's the difference between Jerry Ryan and Jeffrey Loria? I say, oh, God, day and night. I say, why? Jerry, I worked for Jerry 100 years as a player. He's a manager. Never see him talking to me, doing this, do that. Never. He's around. Jeffrey Loria is almost wearing a uniform to be a bad boy. Every day going some question, 2 different personalities in baseball.
And I've gotten to see the love that Jerry has for the organization.
To be people for him.
That's what I'm saying, for the organization.
Yes.
Everyone always thinks that it's just the people on the field.
And it's basically the same. You're talking about, it's basically, if you go to, one of the things that people appreciate about Sox Park is that if you go to Sox Park,
it's an amazing.
Same guys.
It's the same people since 1991 since the stadium opened. Literally, it's the same vendor, the same security guard, the same people running the front office. When you walk in, everybody literally knows each other.
Yes.
And I think that's why Jerry has such a great reputation.
That's the only honor. Get everyone.
So the parking lot guy has the same ring as the
ring
guys.
I have the same ring I have as a manager, all the way to the guy who was.
And you know what though? No, but I respect that because it is an organization, because it's just not playing in the field. And like the other part though, for him is that, again, when you're building that, the organization as a whole, you have a responsibility. And he's gone through a lot of things, man. He went through a strike.
Twice. 3 times.
He's been able to keep. But again, he was part of the modern day stadium. he's been able to transcend with the times. And I think that from a business side, he's been a great guy for the game. He'll probably have one of the best biographies in the history of baseball,
and for sure,
and in sports.
And he's gonna have a statue.
Oh, he should have a statue.
I mean, he is literally, he is our Steinbrenner.
Yeah, but the way it's bigger because Tom Brady never had to do anything with baseball. Tom Brady just put money to win or whatever.
But that's what I mean. Like decisions. But I'm saying decisions, like taking teams, like we're gonna start a team in another city, like talking, having deep conversations of making the league better. I don't care if people think that the league's worse or the game has evolved and is better. Guys are making more money. Okay, stadiums are bigger, TV deals are huge. That all happens within owners.
People think I'm just saying stuff just to say stuff, and you can look in the media. You can look in the thing when I say this guy is more important than my dad in my life and in my family life. Yes.
Well, people don't get this
because he helped me how to do with my money, what to do with.
Well, that's what I mean though. Like and I separate the two. Sometimes it's really hard for him because he does fall in love with players and he has to let them go. And he does fall in love with people in the staff and he has to let them go. And that's a hard thing to do in any sport. Just in business in general. So you have to separate and say, hey, Jerry, and then the baseball person.
Yes, it's the same way. It's like a father. You know, my father figure, you're nice with your kid one day, you want to kill them the next day, you grab it and talk to them.
By the way,
it's all about.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. If I was Jerry, though, I would be driving.
That's another thing. How about the man driving a Cadillac?
No, but I'm saying, though, that's what I'm saying, though. He is not Ozzie Guillen. The reason I love Jerry is because he's Jerry. Because if I was Jerry, okay, I'd be taking batting practice every day. I'd be more Jerry Jones than Jerry Reinsdorf.